The workplace has changed in dramatic ways. We're collaborating more and more today than we ever have before.
I don't know that people have ever really solved the problem of collaborative seating.
We often are trying to repurpose furniture that was designed for an entirely different reason. In a team setting, they miss the mark.
So here's the opportunity. Design collaborative seating for collaborative spaces. The great result, 2 chairs, eye to eye, and Kobe.
Both Kobe and Eye to Eye are founded in the same base of information, the same research. One is that collaboration takes time. The second, people just don't adjust their chairs when they enter the collaborative environment. And the third has to do with the importance of postural change. The idea of the fingers was developed before we started either project, but we recognized it as a distinct advantage in terms of how it might provide for a high level of movement for the user.
When you look at the 2 chairs, they have a sort of an easy, not forced, not contrived connection.
If you look at them on a technical level, they're actually working in a very different way because they're providing very different functions, but they're totally connected. I think intuitively humans have the ability to work out if something's sensible or not. So what we always try and do is break it down, break it down, break it down, break it down until we've got absolutely the bare essentials and nothing more. So I think what we were trying to do in our heads, and I think when we look at the final object you have that, is produce something that had a very recognizable line, but something where, in terms of the silhouette, it's terribly simple. So if you're looking at this chair from a distance, we have this very strong yoke, which is essentially kind of like a wishbone or a tuning fork. So all the forces are directed back to the central mechanism. And then this very simple, clean and gentle silhouette. And I think the gentle is quite important because we wanted to produce something that felt friendly at first glance. Just in terms of the chair, just watching somebody sit in it, you can see that it's deforming, changing shape, and accommodating really any posture that he wants to take on. And what we wanted to do was just to have this very clear range of freedom that was based on your own center of gravity rather than weight or adjustment or anything. So you could come down into the seat, lean back, move around without really thinking about anything, and it just adapts to you.
When we first set out to design Eye to Eye, we started by saying what it shouldn't be. We didn't want it to be a club chair, which is very static, heavily upholstered boxes that put you in one single position and they make you kind of sleepy. But neither did we want it to be like a task chair, like a desk chair, which is very task focused. Just like we're talking now, right? I listen to you, then I respond. And the body language changes, right? People lean back when they listen. They come forward when they start talking, and so for a moment take over the meeting, and then they recess back and somebody else speaks for a while. The body moves accordingly, so the chair can't allow too much recline because you can't come back, right? But you also want to address a person here, and then you talk over there, and you don't want to be this rubbernecking creature with, you know, with neck pain. The chair allows you to do it effortlessly, right? We've broken down the shell that encloses the whole chair into what we call fingers. It looks like a big hand. Sometimes I thought it sort of also made me think of King Kong, the movie where the woman sits in the hand of the big ape and the fingers, are like this. So yeah, the dual swivel was really from the gut, I think. I think it was just inspired by the idea that we could have a really generous envelope. Wouldn't it be nice to just rotate within this? To my great surprise, this feature was always popular and it became more popular. People really like it, and now when you see people sit down in this and they discover this because it's not readily apparent right away, they start playing with this, and this is what makes them smile, and then everybody tries it out. And then, they settle into their conversation and they use it naturally because it's very easy to do. You sit down, you pull the back around, you don't have to get up or anything.
You don't even have to be told
It just
about
works.
it. It just does work. We've allowed ourselves to break the rules, both technically, mechanically, and aesthetically, to create something that's really different.